Alright, so I have my setup now, and I did quite a bit of research on this because I just needed to make sure that in doing this is to the reason I put these up to begin with, by the way, is so I can cancel out any unwanted reverb, which is just pretty much how much sound bounces. And so I needed to eliminate that in order to get the highest possible quality out of my in-home studio. So I have all that set up. And then I also set up, as you can see from the pictures, the before and after pictures, I had a bunch of stuff on this desk. I took care of all that, debated on how I wanted to rearrange and arrange this. So pretty much here is what I have been learning the most on, and I've been doing a lot of research on, is this MIDI keyboard. And pretty much the MIDI keyboard, I'm going to talk about everything I have set up here. The MIDI keyboard pretty much is just a keyboard that connects through a USB here to the computer, so then you can play a note on here. So for example, this is a song I've been working a little bit on. Oh, oops, I have it playing through my headphones. But anyways, when you play a note on here, this eliminates any delay that you would regularly have with, say, if you were to just play something on here. So that, and this is just, I mean, it's like a regular piano pretty much too, so that's great. And this was not included in my cost. None of this will be included in the cost of my project because I had all of these items previously, including the headphones, which I may or may not have had to pay for, depending on if I could find them or not. But obviously, I found them. So, and these are pretty decent quality. I found them from my brother a few years ago. So I got those, but getting ahead of myself. So yeah, that's the keyboard. The mic is something I picked up off the internet quite a while back. It came with, and it's a very high quality mic too for the price it was. Came with the stand, which is nice because then I can have it leveled, raised up to my mouth level when I'm sitting down. And I have the pop filter. And this is very important because this, when you have P's and S's, they tend to sound, on high quality recordings, they tend to sound very, just loud. I mean, they sound poppy, really. Moving on is the headphones. They're, I mean, as you can tell, they got the thing there for the microphone for video gaming or to record, I guess, really, if you wanted to, but these don't have the recording quality I want. They have the sound quality, just not the recording quality that I would like. And I'm using these, and I'll go into depth here why I'm using these and not these two speakers here, is when you're mastering and recording tracks. Talk about mastering first. When you're mastering a track, you want as much sound detail as you can get. And if you don't quite get all of that sound detail, then it's just not as high of quality as if you were to do it with headphones. And also, when you are recording something into the here, like say I'm recording vocals, which I'll do in a bit, if you're recording vocals, then you can't have the speakers playing here all that loud, because when this is playing loudly here and you're trying to record yourself here, the sound from here will go into here, and that is no good at all. And especially, I mean, with every instrument you could imagine, that's the case scenario. That's why whenever you see videos or pictures of people in the studio, professional studios, they all are always wearing headphones every single time, because it's just higher quality and you don't get the backtracking. And I even set up here, let me see if I can get a light. It's very dark in here because the way I have this, my studio set up to block out unwanted sound, is blocking my light there. So that's what's going on there. Alright, cool. So here I have my amplifier, which I forgot to mention previously, the advantage of actually having a small room like I do here with this is you don't need a lot of blankets. You don't need a lot of whatever you're going to be using to block sound. And also I had curtains here, which was already helping me. And as long as about roughly, now I know I don't have curtains or blankets up there or there, but as long as they're covered up, blocking at least 90% of this area, which I'd say that's roughly a little, almost exact, if not more than 90% of the wall that bounces sound covered up. So, as long as that's good, then, I mean, I'm set to record. And I know it looks a little janky, but I ran out of tacks, and let me tell you, the biggest challenge with setting the tacks up is dropping the tacks. Excuse me, is dropping the tacks. And dropping the tacks when they're see-through tacks is not as fun as it might sound. It's, I mean, there are probably a couple on the floor here, and pretty much guaranteed to find them someday, sooner or later. But, so yeah, so back to what I was getting to, is I had my amp set up here with this as well, to block more sound in case anything wants to bounce off this. That's not going to be able to because I set up the cloth there. So, yeah, that's about it for the in-home studio portion. Pretty much all the research I found on the internet that I did said blankets, you know, towels, anything cloth like that will do great for blocking the sound out. And actually, I will be setting up my drum room downstairs in my basement. This is a little post commentary, but pretty much I'll be setting that up, and I'll be putting blankets around that room, even in an even smaller room than what I have previously just showed you. So that'll be even easier to cover. And but I do not currently have the equipment for that, or else I would set it up and show it. I'm still getting some of the microphones and some mixer board and all of that from my mentor. So once that's set up, I will definitely do an update video on that.